Thank you very much, Lee. Yeah, the horses making their way out. On a Roll is already down at the starts. They got permission to go down early. There is On a Roll in shot. Bit of betting on your big screen as well. If you look at the big screen, which is just over from the winning post, Tara Iti's the 13-8 favourites. First on that we can see, though, is Clearance making its way down in the pink with the white sleeves, the pink spots and the pink cap. Clearance is the mount of Harry Cobden. Followed down then by Zyra's Lioness in the black with the beige stars, the beige cap with the black star. Niall Houlihan is aboard. They're then followed by Our Dylan in the white with the blue chevron, the blue sleeves, the red stars, red cap, blue stars. Then Tara Iti in the light blue with the maroon chevron, the maroon sleeves, and the white cap, big white face for Tara Iti as well. The mount of Rob Hargreaves, who takes off 10. Obviously, Rob Hargreaves works for the Gary Moore yard and is an apprentice who's yet to have ridden the requisite winner, so he gets to take £10 off, which could be really helpful in the final analysis, and there he is in shot. We also saw Vin Rouge going down in the, looked like all white colours, really. And that one is in the hands of Michal Nolan. So they're making their way down to the start, which is halfway down the home straight. They'll jump the first flight of hurdles, then embark on a further 2 circuits of the track. You've also got to count your circuits here at Fontwell. Certainly the commentator has to. And in all, there are 9 flights to be jumped. There's Tara Iti in shot and Zyra's Lioness as well. Tara Iti, though, is the 13-8 favourite. Systemic is 100-30. 9-2 Fanfarondino. 15-2 Clearance. 8-1 Our Dylan. Zyra's Lioness is 1-4, 14-1. Vin Rouge is 18-1. And On a Roll, who went down early, is 66-1. Horses at the start. This race is due off at 2:10, so still a little bit of time to get your bets on. About 3 minutes, so finalise those selections and invest. Yep, horses making their way to the start. I have to firstly give an apology because the first race, there were 1 or 2 technical problems here. So you didn't get my in-depth, searing analysis of that 3-runner novices hurdle. And just for the record, I probably would have got it wrong as well. So you're all right. As far as this particular race is concerned, it's a slightly tricky little contest. Ideally, you'd probably play it in running because you'd be able to see which way the pace is going. The favourite is Tara Iti, who is a winner here from not so long ago. And if memory serves me correctly, that was a pretty good effort in a race where he kind of ran a little bit against the pace trend of the race. So Tara Iti, with Rob Hargreaves taking the £10 off, would be the rather unoriginal selection for this race, is the 13-8 favourite. Systemic is next in the betting, another Jamie Moore and Gary Moore combination, or a Gary Moore representative. So it just shows what a real specialist he is around here. One of the local tracks, of course, for the Moore family, who just basically have this part of the world sewn up because not only, of course, are they very good at training jumpers, they also have trained many a good flat horse in their time. So Brighton, never too far away from a Moore winner there as well. So Tara Iti probably for me, although, as I say, I'm not too sure where the pace is going to come from because there really aren't any pace angles in this race at all. Horses circling. Looks like Systemic and Clearance are going to be going quite prominent. There's Fanfarondino in the JP McManus colours. There's Our Dylan as well. Zyra's Lioness, who was the best turned out. On a Roll and Tara Iti. Yeah, still waiting for the starter to get aboard the rostrum. So as I say, it looks like Systemic and Clearance, both of whom I've got down as hold-up runners here. So maybe they're going to slightly change their modus operandi today. It's a good phrase for a Sunday afternoon. There's Clearance, though, and Eccentric. There's Fanfarondino, Our Dylan as well. Quite similar colours to Tara Iti, or a similar combination of colours. And then you've got Zyra's Lioness, Vin Rouge, On a Roll, is a bit detached. Horses still circling. They're going to be making their way onto the track very shortly. On a Roll, just a little bit away from the rest of them. Horses now coming onto the track. Looks like Clearance and Systemic going to be the leading duo here. Starter on the rostrum now. Flags are up. On a roll, not too keen on this. Starter has waited for On a Roll. Flag is down, the tape is back, and yes, On a Roll has joined them. And he's gone with the rest of the field in the At the Races at Market Movers handicap hurdle over the 2 miles, 1.5 furlongs and 9 flights of hurdles to jump as they come to the first. Rather sketchy leap from Clearance, who nonetheless led over the first, to Systemic, who races in second in the pink and dark blue colours. Fanfarondino, the grey horse, pulling quite hard in the JP McManus green and gold hoops. Our Dylan is also prominent, so too is Zyra's Lioness in the black and beige colours. Vin Rouge towards the rear of the field. Tara Iti, the favourite, held up as it was 2 starts ago when winning. And, well, similar tactics appear to be employed here. And On a Roll has actually gone with them and is just nicely latched onto the rear of the field. So they make their way down towards the next. It's the second flight of hurdles. And it's Clearance that leads to Systemic, who's racing in second. Clearance has just gone on now by a couple of lengths in the sheepskin noseband for Harry Cobden. Clearance at it. Again, somewhat circumspect. To, in second position, Systemic. Fanfarondino, grey horse with the sheepskin noseband, is prominent. So to Zyra's Lioness, in between the pair, Our Dylan. On a Roll is just pulling itself into a more prominent position in the light blue and black colours, and in fact has now pulled on to almost the leading echelon as they come to the next. And indeed, On a Roll has got On a Roll down that far side and has come through to lead. So it's On a Roll to Clearance, followed then in third spot by Systemic. Then Zyra's Lioness and Our Dylan. Fanfarondino up the inside. Tara Iti still held up by £10 claimer Rob Hargreaves. And right at the back of the field is Vin Rouge in those pale colours. So they're making the turn and heading on down towards what will be the second last in the circuit's time. And On a Roll's move down the far side is just making sure they're going along at a noticeably quicker gallop now. So it's On a Roll to Clearance. I'm sure Harry Cobden's probably quite glad that On a Roll has come through to give him a lead to this next flight as they come to it. And a good leap from On a Roll as well to Clearance in second, who in turn was a bit more fluent than he had been at previous flights. They're then followed by Systemic in the diamond jacket racing in third. Then Our Dylan in the red cap, followed then by Fanfarondino. On a Roll lurched out to the left there, jumping that flight of hurdles. So it's been an interesting performance from that horse. Didn't fancy starting for a while, got underway, and has now shown almost too much enthusiasm for the game around that circuit of the track. So it's On a Roll that leads them to Clearance racing in second, then Systemic in third, and Fanfarondino and Our Dylan. They're then followed on the outside by Zyra's Lioness. Vin Rouge is cutting all the corners, and Tara Iti is held up for a late charge as they make their way round the turn at the bottom of the track and heading on down towards the fourth last flight of hurdles. And it's On a Roll that leads now by about 4 lengths to Clearance, who's racing in second. Then Systemic in third. Fanfarondino has pulled quite hard throughout the race, but has made a little bit of progress now into a clear fourth as they come to this one. On a Roll, jumped it well. Oh, just knuckled on landing and has unseated the rider. So On a Roll's rather eccentric race has come to an end there. Thankfully, the horse appears to be okay. At the moment, Sean Houlihan is still on the floor as they make their way towards the third last. And it's Clearance and Systemic. Systemic now might be just coming through to lead Clearance as they come to this flight of hurdles. And the loose horse has got in the way of Clearance there. And noticeable now how much closer Tara Iti has suddenly got to proceedings as they make their way round the turn at the top of the track. So it's Systemic that leads to Tara Iti, who's gone from the back to the front in the twinkling of an eye. All the while, Fanfarondino's just been sitting quietly in third there, the grey horse in the white cap. There, then followed by Our Dylan, who's now being driven along. Clearance has gone back through the field, then Vin Rouge and Zyra's Lioness. So an eventful race, and they've turned for home with 2 flights of hurdles left to jump. And it's Systemic to Tara Iti. Systemic towards the right, Tara Iti to the left. Second last flight of hurdles, Tara Iti landed in the lead to Systemic, who's racing now in second. Fanfarondino's trying to stay on. They're going to come round what would have been the final flight. That's being bypassed. So it's Tara Iti who's in front by a couple of lengths. Fanfarondino is staying on pretty well, but it's Tara Iti who still leads as they come inside the final furlong, and it's Tara Iti confidently ridden by Rob Hargreaves, still just about the leader. Fanfarondino's having another crack though. Tara Iti and Fanfarondino as they go to the line. It's going to be tight. Oh, Fanfarondino got there and beat Tara Iti. A very eventful race. Possibly Vin Rouge in third there over Clearance, but that's one for the judge. But a very, very dramatic race won by Fanfarondino.